Beatie Deutsch, United Against Antisemitism Program Manager, and Uriel Goldberg, Public Affairs Manager, Cross River. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
So, Beatie, let's start with you. I believe we all understand the need that led to this initiative, as we have seen the situation on campuses in the United States, college campuses, and the wave of anti-Semitism in the U.S. So tell us about this important initiative, the Safe Space.
Yeah, so I think that a really powerful way to support students against anti-Semitism is through community and having them connect with other students and recent alumni who are going through the same situation so that they feel like they're not alone and that they have resources and mentorship and support. And that's what we're creating with our new initiative and our online community.
What inspired you to take the role, to take on the role of the UAA program manager, and how does your experience as marathon champion inspire you and influence your leadership?
Well, first of all, before I became a marathon champion, I actually worked for over 10 years with college students and young professionals, supporting them in their own Jewish journeys and identity. And I am a really passionate advocate for the Jewish people, and that has always been my true calling. After October 7th, I felt like I wasn't doing enough, and that as much as I want to continue running and I still would like to represent Israel on an international stage, I knew I needed to do something tangible to combat the terrible anti-Semitism we're all experiencing and to bring the Jewish people together. And I was so grateful to have this opportunity with AISH and supported by Cross River to create more unity and community and empower Jewish students to feel proud about what it means to be Jewish, because ultimately that is the antidote to anti-Semitism, to give Jewish people all over the world that connection.
You know, we see those pictures when you're talking, and I want to ask you, what are the biggest challenges Jewish students face today regarding anti-Semitism in campuses, and how are you planning to deal with those challenges?
So I think that one of the biggest challenges is, first of all, a lack of information. And I think a lot of times students don't feel like they themselves have the answers to speak up. And their own a lot of times there's an insecurity around, I'm just an ordinary student, how can I use my voice? And one of the ways that we're really changing that narrative is every other week we have a live speaker series with both student leaders and more prominent influencers and activists who can really bring their knowledge on this subjects. And every single one of them has shared this message that they didn't all start out with platforms, and that you don't need to have a platform to use your voice. And I know that many of our listeners have found that really, really helpful and encouraging, and that we have a lot of curated resources also. So it's very accessible for students to get answers to their questions. It's very relatable. We've given them lots of food for thought just for their own exploration. And ultimately, I think when you know you're not alone and that other people are there to support you, that really is the key to the challenge on campus.
The most important thing, you're not alone. Uriel, what motivated Cross River Bank to support the UAA initiative, the Safe Space initiative?
Morning. So Cross River has always been very supportive of Israel. In 2014, we set up our R&D center here in Israel. Our founder and CEO, Jill Gade, was here on October 7th. He was here with his family for Chag. And he's also a volunteer paramedic. He went down south and he was volunteering. He was evacuating injured under fire. So he witnessed the horrors of October 7th firsthand. When he went back to the US, he also witnessed what was going on in the universities. It's a topic which is very close to his heart, which is close to all of us, and he decided to get involved in the project.
Yes. So, Beatie, I want to ask you, can you share a success story or example of how the UAA has already made an impact in campuses?
Well, we have a really incredible board of students who were involved already kind of on their own campuses, but by bringing them all together, and they've been able to encourage students on campuses without actually established programs on their campus and without any, organization on their campus to get involved in something, and they've brought their friends. And I had a couple, we when we started our podcast or live speaker series, it was really amazing to see how many students from all over, from all different places were tuning in and listening. We had Shai Davidai as our first guest, who was kicked off Columbia, and it's really powerful when you see how using the online community you can reach people that otherwise never would have access to this. So our board of students has been able to leverage their own connections to bring more students in, which is really nice to see.
So let's hope this initiative, this platform will be unnecessary, but meanwhile, it's so significant in the US nowadays, in the current days. Thank you so much, Beatie and Uriel.
Thank you.